And we got our special guest here today, Jamarcus Ingram. Jamarcus, thanks for joining us.
Oh yeah, man. Glad to be here.
so
What's
uh
up? What's up? Boom.
so I got to start first of all with I have to know how a kid from Dallas is an Eagles fan. How does that happen?
I would say it started when I was younger, growing up. We had got like little football sets and stuff like that. So I got addicted to the Eagles and stuff like that. So that's kind of like the theme behind it. I get a lot of flack for it in the household because everybody Cowboys fans, but
I
I
bet
bet.
you do.
man, but shoot, I like the Eagles though. That was my squad, coming up. So
Well, they had a
You know what
couple.
though? When I was younger, like everybody had a team, right, man? Like I liked the Raiders when I was a kid, even though I was in Buffalo. And I'm sure Jay, you probably had a team you liked, right?
Yeah, well, I bounced around. I was a big Cincinnati fan for a while because I loved Ocho Cinco and Hushmanzada. I just love those guys. So
Yeah.
I took some flack for being a Bengals fan for a while, but then I switched over back to the Bills. So
yeah.
Yeah, I was Bo Jackson all day, man. I thought I was him. I'd be playing with the kids in the street, and I thought I was Bo Jackson. Not a bad dude to emulate, right?
Nah, not at all.
now who was your like idol growing up? Like who'd you love on the Eagles?
Um, I would say honestly, just Donovan McNabb for real, and Deshaun Jackson. Like, man, like really, D-Jack, he was like, because I play offense, so like D-Jack was like the go-to. But you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he
Like,
was fast, man. He
I like,
flew.
I just like the way McNabb, like I don't know, like the five, like I just liked him. The way he operated and stuff like that. And then it was kind of crazy. When I was at UB, I got to meet him. Like he had came and talked to us, so it was kind of like it was crazy.
Oh, that's
But
all. Well,
Tell us a little
he's
bit
from
about,
Syracuse, so he's
yeah, tell us a little bit about that. What did he was he just like a special guest that came in, or what happened there?
yeah, it was Coach Mo had surprises one day after practice we was getting ready to play a game. And he had came and talked to us, and I had kind of noticed him like while we was practicing, but I'm like, nah, that ain't him. Nah, that ain't him. I kept trying to tell myself it wasn't him, but it was him. And he just gave us some motivation, and just kind of talked to us and let us know, what it takes, to play at a high level and stuff like that. So it was, a good experience.
Was he
well.
a pretty solid, down to earth dude?
Oh yeah. Real cool guy.
Yeah. Well, he's got to be with a name like Donovan. You heard?
Yeah.
So
Well,
hey, you remember that? You remember that Deshaun Jackson Monday Night Football game? Everybody does, right? Where he was, I don't know if he ran back one or two, but where he ran like 300 yards to get that punt return home.
yeah,
Against the Giants.
yeah,
Amazing.
they still shouldn't have punted to him.
Yeah, he tripped out. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you definitely have the work ethic to deserve where you are now. It's amazing because you didn't have any offers or scholarships or anything like that, right?
Yeah, uh the only offer I had was to a small school in Oklahoma called Langston University. That was the only offer I had, But other than that, I didn't have any offers. I was a real small guy. Kind of growing into my frame, the frame that I have now. But back then, I wasn't mature enough into my body for like the college type look, that the scouts
Yeah.
were looking for. So I didn't have any offers.
Now you're one of the few people I know that has transferred to three different colleges. You've been at three different colleges.
Yeah,
Can you tell us the story about how that transpired each time?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was. Give us your ride. You got a real interesting ride, man. Tell us a little bit about it.
so I started out. I walked on like I said, I didn't have any offers and nothing like that. So, I started out. I walked on at Utah State. Um, and the coach that was at Utah State, he worked with my high school coach. His name Kyle Ward. He worked with him at Boise State, and so he kind of like had a relationship with him. And he had actually flew down that spring to watch me run routes because I play receiver. So he watched me run routes, and he tried to go back. Like he took a picture with me and everything because I was kind of like growing at that point, heading into the summer or whatever, and I was kind of tall. So he was like, "Man, like you'll be a good DB."
Yeah.
After he seen me run routes and stuff, he was like, "Man, you'll be a good DB." Um, and so he went back. He tried to give me an offer, or whatever, but they was like, we got a preferred walk on spot. So um, I trained that whole summer, and
Now,
leading to
now
that
just
point.
now just real quick, because I don't think a lot of people know a preferred walk on
Mhm.
is you're guaranteed a spot on the roster, but you're not what necessarily guaranteed to start. Is that
Basically, my understanding of it was when I talked to the coaches, they was pretty much just like, you a guy, that it's basically like you kind of like a scholarship guy, but you're not. You got to pay for school, but it's like you
Ah,
gonna be as good as you make yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if you come in
yep.
and you're not necessarily productive or like anything, then they're not gonna put you on scholarship. You just gonna be a walk on basically. But
right?
you kind of got, and I guess it depends on what school you go to because like different schools like treat walk ons different. Just
Right.
like different schools got like a walk on culture. And Utah State they have like a great walk on culture. Um, and so once I got there, it was like I kind of fit in with the team. A lot of people didn't even know I was a walk on.
Yeah.
Just
Right. You blended right in with them.
And so then you transferred to Texas Tech, right?
mhm. Yeah. So I had some success early.
Now
When
hold up. Were you playing receiver or what were you playing when you first
um,
walked on?
so I played receiver, and then when I got to Utah State, that's when I switched to DB. And so
Okay, and then it stayed DB. Okay.
mhm. and so when I got to Utah State, that first year I redshirted. I didn't even go to camp, like, because my coaches they already knew, like my high school coaches they was like, nah, like we're not going to training camp, none of that, because we know you're gonna redshirt and stuff. So like while they was traveling and playing and stuff, uh, like I would do like double workouts and stuff like, and just get my body right. So like going into the spring of my redshirt year. I was like bottom of the depth chart, maybe like a four, 3, 4 at the bottom of the depth chart. Coming out of that spring, I was starting. That same spring, I was starting, and a few days later, after the spring game, I got put on scholarship.
Oh wow.
So like,
Nice,
I
nice,
started
nice.
damn near every game. I started my redshirt freshman year, and then going into my the next year, uh, I was playing safety. They had moved me to safety in the spring, and then right before
Okay.
training camp, they switched me back to corner. And so, right before the season, they switched me back to training. Switched me back to corner, and then once the season started, I was playing corner, and then I had an injury. I had turf toe, and I played like maybe like 7 games on it, and then after that, I was getting like 2 injections in my foot just so I could play. And once the injections wasn't working, then I couldn't even play no more. So I had to get surgery. So I had a season in the injury, but that led me to graduating early. I got my bachelor's in sociology, and then I was able to grad transfer up. My coaches had actually got the job because we went 11-2 that season, and they got the job at Texas Tech. But I wasn't supposed to go to Texas Tech. That was the crazy part because that was like when the portal had first like jumped off, and so like walking on with my coaches that had gave me the foundation and the blueprint of how like college football and stuff worked, because they played in the NFL and stuff. So they wanted me. They saw what I didn't see in myself early. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, "You gonna be able to like transfer up." You know what I'm saying? So you can get on that level. It was supposed to be like a whole little story, like where I was just like I walk on, turn into that guy, and kind of like get my
Right.
story like out and stuff. But so I had like offers from Washington, Oregon, um,
Some big names.
Washington State. I had like a bunch of offers, coming out when I graduated right there. But it was a little conflict, with the new coaching staff and all that. And I
Right.
was telling them like they wasn't trying to get me into grad school because like I knew that they maximizing me, to get everything that they trying to get out of me out. out of like
Sure.
football. Like I'm gonna maximize y'all and get everything that I can out of school. So that was my
Smart man. Smart man.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um, it was a little conflict with some coaches and stuff like that when I was originally in the pool. That was when it first had like jumped off or whatever. And so Tech was the only ones like down to the wire. Tech and Washington State was the last ones who was like, we're gonna take you no matter what. And so I ended up going to Tech, and I learned a lot while I was at Tech. Like Tech was kind of like I got to see the game from a different perspective, coming in being I would say they bring me in as kind of like a role guy, just trying to um like build the culture up of Texas Tech. 'Cause Texas Tech, the culture was like trash. Like it was nothing like Utah State. Utah
Yeah.
State, like everybody that was at Tech pretty much probably Utah State pretty much had like maybe one or two offers, or all they offers that they had was like the Mountain West. It was no like big name guys and nothing like that. So like everybody had like a sense of work ethic and brotherhood and togetherness about themselves. So it was different going to Tech and experiencing people who felt entitled and all different kind of like egos and stuff like that. So it was kind
Right.
of different. It was different, you know what I'm saying? So like we didn't
You weren't really digging that vibe too much, right?
yeah, and we didn't really excel on the field. You could see, we was going out there every week, like kind of getting embarrassed and stuff. So it was just like, and then they was moving me around to different positions and stuff like that. But I got to learn a lot, by being moved around to different positions and like just seeing the game from a different perspective. I got to understand the politics of the game. I got to understand like just the fullness of what a Power Five program is like, and just understanding like how the business side of
The
football.
business of college football. Yes.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into it. It's not just what people they tune in and they watch it on Saturday or whenever, and there's like you're saying, man, there's so much that goes into it behind the scenes, right? And I will give you credit though. You hung in there, and even a lot of athletes, especially at your level, really don't like being flipped around as that hybrid, right? Like you kind of want to play your position and excel. And you said, okay, where you guys want me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play. And that's what, you just kept working at it, man. That's kind of what got you where you are, right?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, just like, looking back at it, I honestly should have been an asshole about it and just been like, I should have been an asshole about it and just been like, nah, I want to play corner. But
Yeah.
like we talking about like being able to adapt and change like that helped me see the game differently, like because that helped me see the bigger picture. Like once I got to Buffalo, like I got to see the full picture of what like football really was, and got to see the defense from a different perspective. So
Yeah,
how did that transition? Sorry, Jay. How did that transition then into UB?
so like we was talking about me being an asshole about wanting to play one position because I knew in my mind, I don't know if it's selfishly speaking, but I'm like, I gotta get to the league, like, and I'm not gonna get to the league by getting bumped around and like it was literally like I would go in a week, play safety all week at practice, and then get to the game, and it's like now you gotta play corner. Like, nah, we need you to play corner, J Mark. But these two totally different worlds. I would go all week at corner, then get to the game, and then they like, nah, we need you to play safety. And so it's kind of
That's crazy too. I didn't even hear. I never even heard anything like that, man. That's crazy. They would wait. They all week you'd practice, and then game day they'd switch you.
yeah, it'd be like maybe somebody like
especially a big school like that.
yeah, maybe somebody not really playing well, and they'll just be like, all right, like I was saying, I was like a role guy. Like sometimes, like some games I wouldn't even play, so I'm getting prepped like I'm gonna play, and then like sometimes I wouldn't even play. So it's kind of like you go through all this stuff, you beat people out, you know what I'm saying? You perform better than them. Like the first game of the season, I was starting, like you know what I'm saying. So like it just be like it was like a weird kind of like rotation of how they was rotating us all throughout the year. Like it was kind of weird, like the way they was doing things. But I mean, I don't got you know what I'm saying. I understand it for what it's worth now. Like just looking back at it, but
Right.
me as I transitioned into Buffalo, it was like okay, I'm coming in. I got so much knowledge on the game because I'm older. Like I'm coming into a new room, people kind of looking at me like, I'm a big time guy, but they don't know about Utah State J Mark, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah,
I'm looking at them like, nah, y'all was me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all are me, like y'all are a part of me. Like I understand what it means to come from a smaller school, like work, like what having to put in overtime and all of that. But so I was able to like pour into some of the younger guys and stuff like that and just help them out and help them understand the
that's a
bigger picture of
great.
football.
You,
So
you took on a leadership role, right?
yeah,
Now,
And I mean, that's got to be a good feeling, though, to be able to do that. And like you said, exactly where you were, right? You were like, listen, man, I've been y'all, so I understand it. And it's just like coaching, just like you're almost coaching, even though they're your peers, and you're kind of showing them like, hey, this is what's going to happen, and this is how it's going to work, right?
yeah, that's pretty much what it was because my position coach, DeAndre Thompson, that was his first like big job, you know what I'm saying? So he had a smaller job at Campbell, and so that was kind of first like his first big job. So that helps him out a lot, having a guy in the room who can kind of like who
Yeah,
can kind of
yeah,
help, guys, some of the younger guys that maybe he's having a harder time coaching or bringing along. Like I can kind of relay it in a way that they'll understand it, So it kind of helps him, and stuff like that. And then him also being able to lean on me and know that he can trust me to hold down my side of the field and stuff like that. It kind of make his job easier.
yeah.
yeah, and oddly enough, looking back on it, that probably helped you out tremendously bouncing around because I know the Bills from their history kind of look for hybrid DBs, right? Guys that can play safety, guys that can play corner, and that's probably a big part of why you're where you are now.
Most definitely. Shoot, it's uh just speaking of that, being able to play multiple positions. Shoot, last year in training camp, after the first week of cuts, I had 3 days to learn nickel. So they had me and I had to learn it in 3 days. And it's like, either get with it or what I'm saying, get cut. Like that's so that contributes to it a lot, being able to, be a hybrid type.
Well, you gotta have it up here too, and very clearly, speaking to you, I can sense that cerebral. I mean, you definitely have that, and being able to pick up and learn that. Another thing I know, McDermott and the crew like, right, is they're looking for cats with great work ethic and smart, and you check all those boxes. So when you got that opportunity, right, and sky's the limit still, right? I mean, tell us about a little bit, when you got to play and that what that feeling was like. Finally, say, listen, all that hard work paid off.
Man, oh man, it's a hell of a feeling. I can't even really describe it. Just I kind of want to just talk about the whole story because it'll make the way I felt
Yeah.
make sense. Coming
Yeah.
in,
Okay. Yeah.
I had uh I had a local workout with the Bills, just because I went to UB and stuff. So I had a local workout, and I ran good. I
Was it
ran
just you?
No, it was me and a few of my other teammates
Okay.
that played with me at UB, and because of that workout, I was talking with a few teams, but they wasn't really, too interested. The only other team that was really interested was maybe the Cowboys and the Chargers, but um, they ended up the draft ended up going, and I didn't hear nothing from nobody, I didn't hear nothing until that Monday after the draft, like from the Bills, and they invited me out to rookie minicamp. And I kind of knew how it worked because my coaches and stuff they played in the league. They was telling me they was like, you just a tryout guy. Like they just gonna give you a piece of paper. Like they're not gonna give you no iPad. They're not gonna give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in my mind, I'm just like, all right, cool. Like I got the opportunity. I'm gonna go make the best of it. And I'm gonna just do my best. And so in my mind, I'm like, once I get to this camp, like whoever they took at my position or anything like that, like I'm finna find them and I'm gonna outwork them, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just, show them, you know what I'm saying, that I belong or whatever. And so we going through rookie mini camp and all that, and like we installing, we putting all the stuff in and stuff like that. And I'm just like, damn, like the first day I make a play, but the second day I was kind of struggling, like because it was like so much, like like, and they understand that, like the coaches understand like that they putting a lot on us, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm like, dang, like I know I'm doing good, but it's like I'm still not clicking with all this other stuff, you know, that they putting in. So I'm like, dang, they gonna cut my ass. Like I'm joking with some of my friends that was on, you know, I'm joking with them and I'm like, man, like, bro, this shit real. Like they like literally they already had our flights booked back home, you know, like
Oh
the flight
wow.
is already booked. Like once you get to camp, like the next day, like they taking you to the bus and you going back to the airport like the next day. So I'm
For
like,
real? Wow.
this shit real. Like we about to go home. Like I'm like, damn, like this day we about to go home. But you know, I had a okay day, but not really like my best day compared to the first day. And so I'm like, damn, like I'm like, shit, this shit real. Like we about to go home. And we broke, you know, they brung us up and was like, you know, we want to thank y'all for coming out, you know, being a part of the Buffalo Bills rookie mini camp and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, like this shit really real. Like
Yeah, you're going home.
it's probably it, like, you know, because I'm really just a body in camp to get, you know, the
Right.
signees and the draft picks, you know, to get them through that part just so they can see, you know what they bring in and stuff like that. And
You don't want to call it a tackling dummy, right? But at
yeah,
the same time, it make you feel right.
man, it make you feel so crazy. And I'm just like, damn. So Malik Boyd, he walked up to me like, and I'm joking, like I'm literally joking, and I'm like, damn, bro, we really about to go home, like this shit real, like this shit real, we about to go home, and I'm trying to make fun out of it, you know, just to keep my
Yeah,
mind sane,
have a
you
good
know, just
attitude.
what we, you know, just went through and stuff like that. And Malik Boyd, he walked up to me, he was like, man, we want like, and he whispered it to me, he was like, man, we want to congratulate you. Well, not I wouldn't say whispered it, but it was like he had like a real calm tone to his voice. And he was like, you know, we want to congratulate you, you know, you really impressed us, you know, out here at Ricky Minicamp, and we're gonna sign you. And
Oh,
first
oh,
I didn't hear that, you know, I didn't hear that. So I turned around, I'm like, what? Like what you say? And then he walked up a little bit and then he turned around and he said it again. He was like, yeah, yeah. He's like, you know, we're gonna sign you and we just want to congratulate you on doing a good job out here. And so he was like, once after you pass this physical or whatever and stuff, you know, you'll be good to go. And so they end up signing me. But fast forward all the way, you know, through training camp or whatever, you know, and I don't make the 53-man roster, but you know, I had a good training camp and stuff like that, and they let me know, you know, that they feel like they can develop me and they feel like I'm a good fit for the system. And
yep.
my mind, I'm like, I'm preparing myself to play, but just from the people that I know and just watching how the league go and stuff like that, I just be like, I was thinking like, okay, like I know I got to be ready to play, but my time probably not really gonna come until like week 14, 15, 16, like late in the season when you know, we make this playoff run and stuff like that.
Right,
But
right.
I had the mentality that, you know, Wednesdays and Thursdays are my game days, you know, because those are the days that we go hard. Like once we got the schedule and how practice and stuff flow, I'm like, okay, I gotta be on scout team, practice squad, whatever this is. Like Wednesdays and Thursdays is my game days, you know. I'm gonna use that as a time, you know, when I can go full speed to treat it like a game
Yep,
day so I can get my
yep, yep.
like I'm gonna play. And we get through week one, you know, we have a great week against the Rams. You know, week two, we have a great week against the Titans, but we had injuries. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing on the sideline looking like, dang, dang go down, Mike could go down. And then it's like
Yeah,
the
that was week two. That was week two, right?
yeah, that's week two, and they like, Mark, you might be up this week. And so I'm getting reps, you know, and then I got hurt in practice that week. I had got hurt. I had tweaked my shoulder, my AC joint. I had a grade two or grade one AC sprain, so they didn't think I was gonna play. But I'm like, nah, I'm playing. Like I
Yeah.
got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
selected or whatever. But I get to the game and I start out. I'm just on special teams. This is Miami week. I'm just on special teams, and it was in the second quarter, and Christian got hurt. And so I was about to get ready to run down on kickoff return. And Micah Hyde, he walked up to me. He was like, J Mark, get your mind right. Like, you about to be in on defense. And I'm like, damn, like, what you say? Like, nah, you
Wow.
get your mind right, you about to be on defense. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that I prepared myself for this moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I put in
Yeah.
the work. I know I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? The coaches got all the confidence in the world for me to play. Like, if they didn't have the confidence, you know, in me to play in that moment, then it was like, I wouldn't even be out here, you know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of like tell myself these things, like I'm ready for this moment. I'm like I got this,
100%,
and
100%.
like
Yeah.
when I walked out on that field, like the first play, it was a blitz for me off the edge. Like I was like, damn, like I'm really doing this shit. Like I'm really out here because like I had really
Hold up. First
visualized.
play, they had you blitzing.
Yeah, it was like it was a simulated, not a simulated pressure, but it was one of our pressures where I was coming off the edge, and
Okay.
based off the formation, it was for me to blitz. You know what I'm saying? But it could have been
Yeah.
any one of the DBs or whatever. But I came off the edge and I was like, damn, like I'm really out here playing like in the league for real.
Yeah, you made
Yeah.
it.
Like it was just like I don't even know. Like it was just a hell of a feeling, to know like what I'm saying that I like made it to
Made
this
it.
point,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But deep down in my heart, I'm like this only the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like this only like a taste of what it's about to be like, you know what I'm saying, for me. So I'm like, damn, like I'm really doing this shit. Like I'm really out here like living like
Yeah.
all my family's dreams, like my dreams. Like it's a lot of people who live vicariously through me. So it's like I'm like I can't even really describe what I was feeling. It was just a hell of a feeling to go through all of that, back in rookie mini camp and feeling like, I was about to go home. Like I don't wish that feeling on nobody, you know what I'm saying? To feel like
Right.
uh, make it to your dream and then it's like it's shattered, you know what I'm saying? It kind of felt that's how it felt, like as we was about to walk off that field and then to fast forward a few months later, be playing an NFL game, so
Amazing.
that was
Yeah.
just like it was just crazy.
That's amazing, man. And we could not be happier for you, man. And
Absolutely.
that's thank you for sharing that story right there. Like that's just such and it's so inspirational, right? Because there's a lot of cats in that have that, right? I hope they get to hear this and hey, it's not, you get that shot. Now I gotta ask you though. You said a couple of your teammates also were there. Were you the only one that got the nod?
From the Bills, or you saying like from the league, like making
So
making?
well, no, you thought you were going home, right? That day thought you were going home, and they were like, okay, we're leaving now. And then they tapped you, right? And they're like, hey, you did a hell of a a hell of a session for us, and we want to sign you. Were you the only one?
Yeah, I was the only one. Well, it
Okay,
was it was it was three other guys, but they went to other schools. But like as far as the dudes, like Josh Rogers, he was there. And then Colin Schooler, I went to Tech with him. He was there too. And so
okay,
and a few other guys, that I had kind of like got cool with, over the few days. Like we
yeah.
was just joking, I'm like, damn, like we about to go home, but yeah, they like tapped
But
me
they
because
but they but they but they went home. But they went home.
yeah, they actually went home and they congratulated me and stuff and just like, man, you deserve it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they kind of they know me, you know what I'm saying? They know my story, they know everything. So it's
It's awesome.
like, damn, like, bro, we proud of you, like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But in my heart, I'm like, damn, like, I feel what y'all feeling, you know what I'm saying? But then again, it's like that feeling kind of like that feeling still it's still with me, you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of dudes don't really know how they feel, you know what I'm saying? So
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You got a great story. I mean, like I feel proud of you just listening to the story. I mean,
Yes,
you
yeah,
know,
for real, for real.
it's really inspiring. And like Donovan said, I hope a lot of younger players get to see this interview and just put in that work ethic that you did. I mean, it's amazing story, and we're so happy for you.
thank you. I appreciate
So
that.
let me ask you this though, man. I can't let you go anywhere without asking you this. So going in to camp this year, right? And obviously you got that not I wouldn't say a chip on your shoulder, man, because you have a real good attitude. Maybe it's a chip, maybe it's not, but you seem like somebody to me that's just not going to let yourself fail, right? So is that kind of the attitude you're going in like, no, man, failure's not an option. I'm going to make this team.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I would say uh that's kind of um my approach is always just like, you know what I'm saying, like nobody ever gonna give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is ever gonna like hand me nothing, and that's just been the story of my life, you know what I'm saying? Uh I've always like had to just, you know, prove my worth, if that makes sense, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Of course it does. Of course it does, man. Yeah.
Yeah, like high school, I didn't get on varsity till my senior year. You know what I'm saying? College, I had to walk on. NFL, I was a tryout. So just every year I try to take that same approach. That nobody's gonna give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let myself give up. I'm not gonna just get complacent or just settle for where I'm at right now because there's always so much more to you know like dang, what's that quote? Uh,
Always somebody bigger and better than you out there.
Wow. It's a saying. It's like sometimes your good ain't good enough. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
always do more. Your good ain't good enough. Like, and I know that. Like,
So I'm out here, and I'm out coaching my son's travel team, right? He's 9 years old. He's playing 9U baseball travel team. Well, he got the nod today. It's our first game, and he got the nod to be the starting pitcher, right? And fourth, he's cleanup batter, right? So
uh,
man, he's stoked. The whole ride, man. We're listening to I think he's got his postie on or something, man. Right? We're jamming 21 Savage or something. Right? He's bobbing his head. So we get here, and he strikes out first inning. Now you start to see that confidence. You start to see him just deflate. Now he's
yeah,
got to get up on the pump, and he's throwing wild, man. I mean, he's just all over the place. And for a night, I'm gonna let him watch this and listen to your story, and that's why I thank you so much, man. Because like you're inspiring, you truly are. And I'm gonna say, D, listen, man, like this is how it is. You're ups, downs. I mean, you're obviously a phenomenal athlete, or else you wouldn't be in the position you're in, right?
yes, sir.
But you still got to work your ass off. You just got to keep going, 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 going. You can't quit.
Yeah.
And, and I wouldn't even say that because a lot of dudes was way more athletic than me, way faster, like way like. And so my message to anybody watching or anybody that's even for your son when he watches this, I would say,
Yeah.
um, no matter the size, height, whatever it is, because in high school I was 5'6", not even 100 pounds soaking wet, like.
Wow, wow.
I was like, 96 pounds. So like, and I didn't grow into my body. Like I said, I didn't get on varsity until senior year, but through all of that, I still had to work constantly. And I'm talking about like work, like I'm really having to work at like I'm doing extra like when I was in I wish I could call my teammates right now. Like my freshman year, I used to do like close to like 500 to 1,000 push-ups like every day. I had them in there doing push-ups, like all kind of stuff, like doing,
That's insane. They were
just
like, dude, we went
keep
to a
up.
party, man. Leave us alone.
Yeah, like I'm trying to keep up with the people who's supposed to be these crazy athletes and stuff like that. I'm trying to get to that point. And so that's what I'm saying. Like for anybody who watching this, just make sure you put the work in. And like my mama always told me, faith without work is dead. So if you
I
got
love
faith
that.
that you can do it, but you don't put in the work, then it's like you're not gonna get the results that you want. So you gotta have faith, but you also gotta work too. And put in the time and just making your craft like whatever it is that you do, like whether that's sports, just working a regular job, whether you if you paint or draw, like you gotta put in the time. Like if you want to be a great artist, a great musician, anything like that, you gotta put in like the countless hours. Whether you trading crypto, like you gotta put in the time so that you can be like the best trader or whatever it is that you want to do. Like you gotta put in the work and just perfect that craft, like so you can get to the
I
top.
love that. I love that message, dude. I really do. I love that message.
And last thing before we go, I wouldn't be um now you got a clothing brand or what?
Yeah, I got one on the way.
Yeah.
It's in the process right now.
All right. Well,
Okay.
you want to give us a sneak peek or what?
Yeah, that's all we get. Come on, what do we got? Give us a sneak peek.
I'm actually staying in a hotel right now, so I'm living
Okay.
on a backpack. All my stuff is in Dallas, but um the name of my brand is called Trilogy. And it means true, real, and original. It's a play on the literary word trilogy. I spell it TREALOGY. And I feel like trilogy it means like, every to me, everyone has something that's true, real, and original about themselves, and it makes you unique, to who you are. And only you know, what you have inside of you and what, you know, the gifts that you bring to the world. So that's just kind of the message, you know, I want to push through being true, real, and original, and just, you know, a whole play on the literary word of trilogy, you know, and add my own.
Now, when this clothing line, when this starts rocking and roll, I mean, Moneyball, right? We're the first ones to get some of this gear.
Exactly. I'll make sure y'all get some. Y'all got to send me y'all sizes so I can get y'all.
Man, I'm excited.
So
Yeah, don't think I'm joking either. Don't think I'm joking.
That's
but
awesome.
right now, so like
Mhm.
my staple is gonna be like underwear. Like I don't know if y'all heard of Ethica and PSD, the underwear and stuff like that. But that's like my main thing.
Okay.
Like because a lot of people not really into the underwear line, but I'm gonna have like
Yeah,
shirts,
but you're with
jackets.
something different. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Make sure. So J Ball, make sure you get him the extra small underwear.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Hey, my man, listen, it was our pleasure. Like, you are one of the
Absolutely.
most down to earth, real cats that I've talked to. I cannot thank you enough for coming on. Jay, you got anything else before we sign off?
No, I just better I better see you on Sundays, my man.
oh yeah, I'm gonna make that happen for sure.
All
Um,
right.
Yeah, we are absolutely going to be looking forward to that, man.
And I want to take the time out, you know, just to say, you know, I appreciate y'all for y'all time, you know, having me on. Shoot, I appreciate this platform, you know, just, you know, use my story as an inspiration for, you know, somebody who, I don't know, I might spark one person, but as long as, you know, somebody can hear my
Oh,
story,
you will. Oh, you will. Yeah, you will.
I appreciate it.
You
Thank
got
you.
it, man. Take care. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, y'all too.